Welcome to my video explaining the Year 7 statistical investigation I completed for the topic EDUC3625. For the purpose of this investigation, I decided to look at the following question: do Year 7 girls sleep more hours on average per school night than Year 7 boys? My hypothesis: I predict that Year 7 boys will have more hours of sleep on average per school night than Year 7 girls. Because of the need for accuracy in this investigation, time will be rounded to the nearest hour. The data was sourced from the Australian Bureau of Statistics Census at School 2014 questionnaire. On the random sampler, the data was sourced by asking questions back to a random sample of 50 Year 7 students in Australia, separating them by sex and asking them how many hours they sleep on average. To get a clear representation of the results, I decided to choose 50 random Year 7 students. I believe any fewer results would not represent the data accurately. This table shows the original data sourced from the census, with girls on the left and boys on the right. The data was put into numerical order so I could easily see the range of data. This was done on Excel. As you can see, there are not 50 students, instead there are 44. This is because the data was cleaned. What is clean data, you ask? Well, clean data means to eliminate any obvious errors which outliers will affect the accuracy of results and how well conclusions can be applied. I have cleaned my data for the purpose of this study, as there were some students who claimed to not sleep at all on an average school night, which does not seem accurate. There are many different ways in which this data can be displayed. Stem and leaf plots along with dot plots, tables, double column graphs and sector graphs are appropriate displays for Year 7 as a part of the numeracy capability. Students must compare, describe, interpret data in two-way tables, also including digital media such as Excel and Google. It shows a stem and leaf plot for all the data, clearly showing the distribution of data. Then created a double column graph. This shows that most boys and girls sleep around 10 hours on an average school night, and that there is little variation between the two groups. It was a great way to represent and see my data. The dot plot showed exact same data representation as the double column graph. I also created these three sector graphs which represent the percentages of students who sleep certain hours. This was a great graph to use as it clearly represented the data. However, it can be slightly overwhelming. Now, for the purpose of this conclusion, the statistics will be rounded off to the nearest 15 minutes. This is because the data was so close together that you couldn't get a clear answer. This table represents the statistical summary, seeing the difference in the data. This gave me the data I needed to answer my original question. The mean represents the average, the median is the middle value, the range is the difference between the lowest and highest, and the mode is the most frequent number used. My initial prediction was correct, even though the data was so close. Year 7 boys sleep on average 9 hours a school night, whereas girls sleep 8.5. Representing the data through different tables and graphs showed little variation and very similar hours of sleep between the two subjects. Now please note, I did not have an equal amount of boys and girls within my data, so this could affect the final result. I hope you enjoyed my video on my statistical investigation, and thank you for watching.
Created using Powtoon.